Thank you to Perfect Score for providing the gameplay in this video. What is up, Zelda fans? Welcome to the series where I individually rank all of the shrines in each region in Tears of the Kingdom, and I am building up to a big shrine ranking next week. Alright, in this video we're covering the Gerudo region, and the reason I'm really making these videos is to do a deeper dive into each of the shrines in the regions, as I can't really do huge deep dives into 152 different shrines because that would take 3 hours. Alright, if you enjoy Zelda content, consider checking out more videos in the future, but let's get into this. I don't want to bore you for too long with the details. Alright, let's get into the number 17 shrine in the Gerudo region, and that is the Rakakudaj Shrine, Raru's Blessing. The only thing worse than short and boring shrines are long and boring shrines. So, I don't even know. Like, you have to do a bunch of walking. Like, that's the only point of the shrine. Like, it's so easy to get, and it didn't need to be a quick crystal quest. Like, I don't even know. Like, you just walk. There's rocks. You pick up the green crystal, and you walk. Wow, I'm so surprised. Gotta love this stuff. I don't know. Don't love the sky crystals that much. Alright, there's not much to say about that shrine. So, let's get into number 16. Otutsum Shrine. This blessing shrine was sitting in the open air. Like, as much as I love getting chests, I want a shrine that pushes my limits, pushes my thinking, makes it feel like a puzzle, but not just a shrine that it's like, oh, guess what? You get a shrine for doing absolutely nothing. In life, you don't just want to get like, if you get rewards for nothing, then you're not going to feel something when you get a reward for doing something well. That's how life works. If I just got 50,000 bucks, it would not be as meaningful as if I got 50,000 bucks because I worked my butt off for it. And that is how I feel about Raru's Blessing. This shrine, it's so easy. Like, I want a puzzle, or a battle, or a quest. Not just stealing crap from a guy who already gave me his arm. Like, bro, I don't know. Some people like shrines, they just get rewards, but I think that's silly. Alright, next, number 15 is the Mayatat Shrine, a sliding device. My problem with the shrine is there's a better shrine, an upgraded version of this shrine, a way better version, called Bridging the Sands. And this is just mid. Like, the first quest, these sleds go down the slope, and then you just jump on top of one, and then you recall it. You're up there, and then the next part of the shrine is basically just traversing any water with a boat, but instead of water, you can't really swim, but instead of water, it's just quicksand. The physics are even kind of similar, which is kind of funny, but like, you just go across, you get a chest, you go to the left on a path, you get a chest, you go back, and you go to the end of the shrine. There's like no substance here. It's better than the sky crystal stuff. Like, I don't love that much. But, I mean, riding on a sled in sand is no different than riding on a sled in water. And I'm just going to be honest. Like, the chest was a little bit more interesting to get than some shrines where it's just on a pedestal and all you have to do is put a log on it and then you can climb up. But this is such a mediocre shrine in my opinion. Not bad. I mean, don't think I hate any of these shrines. Like, I mean, I love this game. Like, obviously I wouldn't be making videos about it if I didn't love this game. But, like, some of the shrines just really aren't that good. I mean, when there's 152, you can't really be super consistent. I will acknowledge that. Alright, next, in number 14, is the Rotsumamu Shrine, a balanced plan. I love the location. Like, I love this whole, like, little Yiga place with the pit, and now it's the depths, all that stuff. It's aesthetic. But that doesn't mean anything, because there's a shrine, a nifty shrine called the Balanced Approach Shrine in Breath of the Wild. And this is just worse than that shrine. It's not that interesting of an idea in terms of balancing different objects. This is one of the most cheesable shrines in Tears of the Kingdom. You can grab the box, ultra hand it, bring it back, jump on top of the box, and recall it. You don't even have to do anything with the balancing. Like, I mean, I could skip the entire puzzle. I don't like shrines like that. I mean, I didn't, but, like, I was like, okay, well, what's even the point of solving this puzzle when there's an easier way to do it, and this isn't even a very interesting puzzle, so I was just like, okay, well, I'm not really vibing with the shrine. C tier. Like, it's not bad. Not bad. C tier is not that bad. Like, it's average. It's just not anything that's super memorable for me. Like, I had to look up what the heck was even in this shrine because I couldn't remember. Alright, number 13 is the Irasak Shrine, Raru's Blessing. So there's two ways to get it. You can do the fun little quicksand puzzle outside, which is, I mean, not that crazy. It's just like a recall little puzzle. Or you can just literally use a Zonai device, fly from the sky. Like, there's a lot of ways to get to the shrine. Like, a lot of people are like, I love how I can solve all these things in different ways, and I do like the idea of approaching puzzles in different ways, but not where it's so open that it's so cheesable. The fact that there's this fun puzzle, but I could just skip it with a Zonai device, like, I don't know, it was a little off-putting for me. I mean, that's not that bad, but like the fact that I could just yeet myself up in the air and glide down onto the shrine, just, I don't know, kind of ruined some of that fun aspect for this shrine. Fun factor, not fun aspect. But it's not bad. Like, again, this little puzzle's fun, but it still is just a simple recall puzzle. Nothing too special, so, yeah. Alright, the Motsusis Shrine is next. And here's the thing. I love these labyrinths. Like, taken individually, I like the labyrinths a lot, but they're not so different from each other. I mean, they're slightly different, but they're not so different from each other that, like, I can say, oh, wow, one was S tier, one was B tier, one was C tier, right? As a whole, since they all are very, like, kind of copy-pasted, I'm going to give this a B tier. However, if I think about it from a perspective of all the labyrinths together as one, I would say S plus tier experience. But just these three labyrinths, they don't set each other apart too much from one another. And you can only really love doing this labyrinth once. Like, just be honest. Like, I was like, okay, another labyrinth, let's do this. And it's not too crazy. As a whole, yes, I love the three labyrinths. But taken on their own, I think they're each, like, B tier. Together, S tier. On their own, B tier. Alright, next is the Kitawak Shrine, upward and forward. This shrine is very solid, not that interesting, but not too bad either. Ultra hand puzzles, it wasn't too groundbreaking. Like, it's one that I would consider worth replaying. Like, I don't hate it, but it just doesn't compare to a lot of the more unique shrines in this game. It's a good shrine, but not a great one, a B tier shrine. Again, remember, B tier is above average. Like, these don't suck. Just, there's so much better in this game. Like, this game comes out with some amazing puzzles, and then it also just has some very mediocre ones, so... Next is the Suariwak Shrine, Raru's Blessing. Okay, so I love the whole Yiga clan quest in this game. It was one of my favorite parts about the game. There's this part where you have to... Well, you get in the Yiga clan by destroying 3 different Yiga hideouts, and then you get the armor, and then you can go into the main Yiga clan hideout, and that's awesome, as it is. And then you get 2 rewards, the Thunder Clan and the awesome Blade Master ability. I mean, it's not that strong, but it's cool. But the fact that you have to do all of that, all of that, and then you have to go to the Yiga clan exam. Like, you have to get all that armor just to get to the Yiga clan exam door. And the door's not even easy to find. Like, I searched for a while, even with knowing where it was with the light route, I had a hard time finding this door. And then it's so hidden, there's so many prerequisites, and all you get is this shrine, a Raru's Blessing shrine. Like, it's fine, I like the quest, but I just wish we could have got some unique armor, a unique ability, something unique that puts itself different than just another Raru's Blessing shrine. Like, maybe we could get another Yiga power, I don't even know. Maybe the teleportation power or something. Like, we could have got something super cool for how much there was to get to the shrine, but, like, it's really just a shrine. It's not that crazy. Alright, next we're going to move to the Turakawak Shrine, Stacking a Path. This shrine is one of my favorite hidden chests in the game. I'm just going to admit it. Zelda games don't really influence you to look up at the roof that often. Like, the only time I can really think of, there's just not that many times you have to look up at the roof. Like, I can think of, like, the hands in Ocarina of Time, but, like, usually it's just what you can find here. But why do these notifications always go off during the videos? Sorry, guys. But, yeah, all these different things. Like, we love that. But in this game, there's a bit more of, like, utilizing the roof and stuff. Not that much, but, like, in alignment of circles. And, what's that one? Oh, the labyrinth one, the dark labyrinth one, where there's a chest on the roof. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. But this one, there's a cool little ascend puzzle that you can get the shrine. I mean, not the shrine, the chest. And it's not too obvious. It's kind of fun. I like the hidden chest. But otherwise, it's not too awesome. It's definitely more interesting than, like, Metal Connections from Breath of the Wild. But it is just stacking boxes. It's like an innovative take on box stacking. Like, it's not bad. But, like, it's a B tier. Like, it is not just an average forgettable experience. I still enjoy stacking these boxes, as much as that sounds weird. But really, it was a good shrine. Alright, next is the Siwakama Shrine, moving the spheres. It was recalling. You would jump on a sphere, So you would put a sphere down a ramp, you would recall it, jump on it, and each ramp made a little bit interesting of a puzzle. I thought it was a really cool idea. It was a very good spin on a recall shrine. I mean, the puzzles are easy, it's really quick, but like, it was a cool idea. Like, low A tier for the shrine, but I still thought it was a pretty good idea. Something that I could have seen a little more of, to be honest, but I really liked it. Alright, next is going to be the Turakamik shrine, Hidden Metal. My biggest problem with the shrine, and a lot of shrines in Tears of the Kingdom, something that wasn't really in Breath of the Wild, is Breath of the Wild would just be like, wind turbine. No, wait, no, that's not what it is. Like, the wind guides you. Okay, it's about wind, but it doesn't tell you, it doesn't spoil. Blue flame. Nice. We get to know about the blue flame, but it isn't spoiled. We have one called windmills. Okay, we know it's about windmills, but it's not spoiling anything. Or like all this different stuff. But in this game, hidden metal, it's hidden. Why are you telling me that it's called hidden metal? The entire premise is spoiled by the name of the shrine. But anyway, it's fine. Because I still thought this was a really cool idea. I just think Tears of the Kingdom has a little bit of a struggle with being a little too handholdy. Something that I feel like was done better in Breath of the Wild. But anyway, I'll talk about that in a future video. But I wish there could have been some more hidden metal objects in the shrine, not just one. It was a cool idea. It could have been such a more inventive idea, though. Like, maybe one of the little tiles in the shrine was actually metal, and it just looked different. And maybe on the bottom it was metal, and you're like, oh, it's like painted or something. But there's like different things that you could have done with the hidden metal. Maybe there was like, you got the weapon in the shrine, and I don't know. There's just a lot of things that you could have done with hidden metal. I guess I can't think of so many cool ideas, but it could have been a cooler shrine, and being spoiled by the name and being a short shrine, I can't put it higher than A tier. I still really liked it, but really, I can't put it higher than A tier. Alright, next is going to be the Karahatag Shrine Drifting Flame. Okay, this was so cool. Again, like, I say this about like half the shrines in this game, and it makes me kind of sad, but I just wish more was done with this concept. Like, they come up with all these awesome concepts, and then they do one puzzle about them, and they kind of move on. Like, think about what they did in, like, Mario Galaxy, or Super Mario, like, 3D World. Like, yes, they have this cool concept, but they do it throughout this whole, like, level. Like, they're kind of longer. Like, these galaxies, like, have 3 different distinct worlds, but it's still in the galaxy. Like, you have, I don't know where I'm going with this, but, like, they do more. They take more time and spend more time developing these ideas. Whereas here it's just like, one puzzle. Okay, we're done. I'm just like, well, we could have done more with that. Anyway, but like the idea of recalling the candle, activating all the torches while standing on the switch, it was really awesome. It was super ingenious. But we could have had, I don't even know what they would have done with this shrine. So maybe this isn't one of the ones that needs to be longer. Like, I feel like it needs to be. But, like, it just, there's also a couple flaws with it. I feel like it could have been more of, like, the one where you throw the spear in the ring with the wing or whatever. If we had like, the problem with this is you can just put down some swords, and then you can just, the first time I played the shrine, I put down some great swords and cheesed the shrine. I didn't even know what the point of the shrine was. And then I replayed it again for this ranking. I was like, oh my gosh. This is how it's supposed to go. This is cool. I love this shrine. But just the idea that, again, cheesable. Like, I know I keep saying that, but, like, I wish some of these weren't as easy. Also, there is some things, like, we could have somehow used Drifting Flame in a different way. This isn't one that I feel like needed to have more substance, I guess. I wish it did, because it was awesome. But I don't really know what they would do more with this that isn't already obvious, because this is just like a, oh my gosh, I can do this, and then move on. So, I don't know. I wish it could have had more substance in some way, but I can't really think of a way it would. I don't even know. I'm just pontificating at this point. But this was a good shrine. But any shrine that's just one puzzle, I can't put higher than A tier, as much as it's an awesome puzzle. Alright, next is Mayamats Shrine, A Route for a Ball. I absolutely loved some of the ideas in the shrine. I just wish there was more puzzles, like the last one. So you first, you go to the shrine, and you are in this place where there's 2 balls. There's the one that you need to put in the place, and there's the, like the stone one. So first, you have to, once you get over to the other one, you take the big sphere, you ascend up through this little place. You get the big sphere, you drop it off that place, that pedestal you're on, and then you use that and put it on the other side and ascend up through the ball stop the other ball in the air with a recall and let it drop. And then you attach the two balls together and get it to go down the rail. And then you paraglide down there and then you put it in the shrine. It was such a cool idea. I loved it. Like, I feel like there could have been a bit more. But again, just like the last one, I don't even know what they would have done more. I just want more. It's so good, I want more. Like the last one. So, like, that is a good thing. If I want more of a shrine, that is a great thing. But this is an S tier shrine for me. Like, when it gives an idea and doesn't utilize it, that's where I'd be like B tier, C tier maybe. But when it does an idea very well and I just want more of it, that's an A or an S tier shrine. So an S plus is like, it gives the exact amount of awesomeness I want. So like, it's still a very good shrine. S tier is very good, but like, I just wish that I could have got a bit more. Alright, next is the Kudanisar shrine, Bridging the Sands. This shrine was just filled to the brim with awesomeness. Like, you go into the shrine, it's this huge room, and you're like trapped in this little section, and you have to get over it, put like a plank over it so that you can climb up, and then you get to make a zonai like boat thing, and this is way better than a sliding device or whatever it's called, because you get to go around and there's a bunch of different platforms with a bunch of different things. One has a ball, one has a chest, and there's a bunch of constructs like firing arrows at you, and there's a lot going on in the shrine. It feels like a fully realized room in a different Zelda dungeon, in a different game where there's these big rooms like in one of the previous Zelda games. I just really liked it. Felt like a mini dungeon. Like, some of these shrines just feel like a puzzle, but this one felt more like a dungeon. It wasn't super innovative, but it really was a blast. So I'm going to give this one S tier. I just really like this shrine a lot. Alright, next is the Soryotanog shrine, Buried Light. This shrine really took the sand aesthetic to a whole nother level and the mirror aesthetic to a whole nother level. It incorporates sand puzzles, wind puzzles, and light puzzles to make a shrine reminiscent of the Lightning Temple that's also in this game. And it just is like a mini, smaller version of the Lightning Temple. It was really fun. The idea, like the whole thing where you have to take it and you take the mirror up, ascend through it, and you get in this whole other huge room, and then you have to reflect through this gap. So like, it's really cool. It did things right for me. And while light puzzles aren't my favorite type of puzzles, like, this was a very, very well executed light puzzle. I don't, like I just said, light puzzles aren't my favorite thing, so I didn't put this in S+, but it is a high S shrine. It's very well done. While light puzzles aren't my favorite thing, I'm not going to deny that this is a great shrine. So, yeah. Alright, next to the Miryotanog shrine, Proving Grounds Lure. If you can't tell from this video or other videos I've made about different shrines, I love Proving Grounds shrines. Like, you'll know that once you hear my ranking of all the shrines in the game. But they're just so fun, unique, and make you think about fighting in an innovative way. It's not like this dumb stuff where it's like, oh, there's 3 enemies. It's not a major test of strength or a minor test of strength. You're not just fighting one enemy. You're doing different things, and each of them is distinct in its own way. And Proving Grounds Lure is what you got to do is you got to get the enemies to get into your trap. So it's a little different than Proving Grounds Traps, which these could have been so similar, but they made them distinct. And I'm very happy for that. So like, you hit the switch and the ball comes rolling down, but only if you set the construct in the path. And sure, you can go beat them up with your stick, but how's that fun? Whereas Traps was like, you had to sneak around, shoot fire, all that stuff. This one is more like Indiana Jones style traps. So you got a trigger and stuff. It's awesome. Makes you think about the whole fighting in a different way. I challenged myself to not even pick up the weapons and just use the surrounding environment, and that just made it so much more fun, so full of character. So yeah, awesome. All right, and on top of this list is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Raru's Blessing shrine of the game, the Chichim shrine. I loved getting this shrine. You go into this like ruins, and then there's like a whole mini dungeon. There's cells, there's chests, and you have to ascend into stuff. You have to do all the stuff. You have to follow these statues and light the torches and stuff. And it is like its own mini dungeon. A lot of people don't really talk about this shrine. I mean, I guess I'm not really talking to a ton of people about these shrines because most of the people I know have beaten like 10 shrines. But like, it felt like a mini dungeon. It felt like something that could have, I mean, probably not as good as the things I'm about to say, but like a bottom of the well type. or a ice cavern type from like Ocarina of Time. Like, it isn't a dungeon per se, but it like feels like a dungeon. And a lot of these shrines don't really feel so much like a dungeon, but this one does. You get, I mean, it literally is a dungeon. There's a bunch of cells and chests and enemies, and it was really fun. And all the Gibdos, the pits, like, it was really fun. It didn't last that long, I will admit, but I really enjoyed the environment, the surrounding, the aesthetic of the shrine, where it was, the location. That was all not concise, but like, you get it. Like, if you've played this one, you probably understand what I'm saying. Like, getting to this shrine was way different than just falling down a well. Like, the amount of shrines that you get to by just falling down a well is boring. But this is not just falling down a well. It's a mini dungeon, and I loved that. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to check out the previous region ranking videos and get hyped for the big video, the 152 shrine ranking. Also, please be sure to check out some of the other videos. I've ranked the sages, the bosses, the enemies, the abilities, all that stuff. So thank you guys all for watching. If you're a Zelda fan, please be sure to subscribe because there will be more. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace out, Zelda fans.